Morning guys, hopefully you're all doing well. Welcome back to this week's video. Today I have decided to purchase a load of cheap tools off a website called Temu to see whether they hold up or not. So I've spent around £130 on some tools, so let's unbox them, see what we bought, see what the quality's like, and see how they hold up undoing some nuts and bolts. So let's start with this one. We have ordered a torch. The box is absolutely battered. So let's see if this torch works. It's got a little hook on it to hold it. It's very lightweight. It's got a magnet at the bottom, which you can then tighten up and loosen off to angle in the engine bay. It's got a battery charge level on the back, USB port to charge it up. It's a USB-A or whatever it is. You get the USB lead with it. It fits quite snugly. As I say, it's extremely lightweight. It's on, it works. Let's go somewhere dark to see how well it lights up the room. And it come fully charged. So let's just test this torch out underneath the car, having a look at various dark spaces. As you can see, we've got a coolant leak on this one. Gearbox has been removed and we're installing a new clutch. As you can see, it does do pretty well on lighting up quite a large area underneath the engine bay. So yeah, I am happy with that torch. Only time will tell. But yeah, this is going to go onto my workbench and get used daily now. So a torch like this would normally retail for north of £35. On Halfords website, they're even more than that. So we'll use this over the next few weeks, and if I have any issues with it, I will stick a sticky comment in the bottom below. But you know, so far, turns on, turns off. Pretty good. Next one in the box is a tyre inflator. Again, the box is a bit damaged because it wasn't stuck in a hard case. I take it that's the unit. Instructions. This is going to be the power pack for it. In the box, you get a very lightweight case for it. You get the plug adapter to plug into the unit in a cigarette lighter. You get the inflator lead and a USB-A to C charge lead, plus various adapters for inflating footballs and stuff like that. So we've got a cover on the top of it. We've got an SOS button, we've got power button, plus, minus, and it looks like a reset button. No other markings on it really other than the name and the brand. We do have a CE approval rated on there. Let's have a look at the front now. We've got a little torch on the front of it, a USB-A and a USB-C, the power port to plug it in, and I would assume that is the output for the air. Let's put it all together and test it out. But before we test it out, I want to show you another tool I've bought to go with this. These are patches for tyres, so if you go on holiday and you get a puncture in the middle of nowhere and you've got a screw in the middle of your tread, you can fix it at the side of the road. So hopefully with these two pieces of equipment, we can get ourselves on our way again. What I was hoping with this kit, it came as the full kit, but I must have misread the instructions and it didn't come with the tyre tools to get these inserted. But I have bought one a while ago from Halfords. This cost about £25, but there are cheaper ones out there. You can see them from like £3.99 in your local car spares. And they come with all the tools you need to get a puncture fixed in your car. So you got 5 of these originally. As you see, I have used one, but as you can see, 4 of them you will run out eventually. So I bought these. I think they were £2.99 on Temu. So we're going to test those in a bit and see if these work and show you how to use a kit along with the tyre inflator. Next, I bought a set of ratchet spanners. Because we all need spanners at home. We all want to keep a couple in our car to fix some things. So we've got, I think, from 8 up to 17. We've got 14, 13, 12, 8, 6, 10 and 17. And a nice little carry case so you can hang it on your wall at home if needed. So yeah, let's get to some bolts and see if they will undo them. So let's try some of these camshaft cap bolts on a Buzzo engine. These are a 10mm. Did it fairly easily to the point where you can undo it by finger. And again, perfectly fine. It's still alive, it still ratchets, it's not bent, it's not broken. So for initial demo purposes, I would say that that is a pass. So let's try undoing one of these here. It is a fairly tight fit. It's not slipped off on the first undo. And it's done it to the point where you can undo it. So again, that seems fine. So I'd say for testing purposes so far, that is a pass. We've got from 6mm up to 17mm with a few missing in between, like an 11 and a 7 and a 9, but they're all the main ones you would need on a car. I will put the price on screen here now, so let's move on to the next product. On to the next tool. I think this is a ratchet set. A 1/4-inch ratchet set with 53 pieces included. And you've got sockets from 14 all the way down to 4, as well as a large selection of screwdriver bits, flat and Phillips, Allen key heads, Torx heads, some longer sockets and some more screwdriver heads down there. So of course we've got to test this kit out, make sure it holds up. So let's open the bonnet and see how this kit does. And let's just try this one down here. Yep, fine. A larger one which technically might slip out, but again that one undone. This is a 13mm. It works. It's a little bit of flex in the mechanism. So I'd probably say this is rated for amateur use only. Let's try on one of these heads with a Torx bolt. Yep, that worked. And I've got to be honest with you guys, the ratchet mechanism on this ratchet isn't amazing. It works, it does what it does. For a cheap tool, it works, is all I can say for it. So after tightening up and undoing a bolt several times, there's not any real sign of wear on it. So would I use this kit in a professional environment? No, I wouldn't, because it gets so much use. I'd want something a little bit better quality. But is this something I could use at home for DIYers, like when you're doing the decorating, undoing pots of paint, undoing screws, and a little bit of maintenance around the house? Yes, I would. It's ideal for that. It comes in a small box. You've got everything you could possibly need to use around the house up to 13mm. It's even something I would actually keep in the back of my car. As you know, I've come back off an Italy road trip, and something like that would have been a blessing in the boot for when we had a few little hiccups. So yeah, for what it costs, it's an emergency tool you can keep in your boot, and it would last and sort you out of some problems. So the final bit of kit before I demo the puncture repair one. I think I ordered like a bunch of screwdriver sets. So in this kit, you've got a ton of different size screwdriver ends, you've got some Allen keys, and you've even got some Torx in there. You've got a few little sockets up there, a couple of useful IKEA-ended screwdrivers to help you do your DIY tasks at home. You've got some little mini electrical screwdrivers. They do have the twisty tops to aid you in undoing stuff. At the back, we've got the Phillips screwdrivers. So you've got a good selection of tools in this one. You've got all your screwdrivers and flat-headed screwdrivers. You've got a rotating ratchet, which is reversible. Let's see how well some of these bits do here. It holds in quite well. So yeah, that's not falling out. Ratchet mechanism is okay. So let's go and try it on a few screws. Right, this one is actually a little bit rounded off. But see, it's still got in there. There's a little bit of spinning going on, but that's the bolt's fault, not the screwdriver's fault. But we'll see. This is a good one. We'll see how well it chews it up. I'll push it down and try and get it undone again. So there we go. We can see the end of it. It has taken some of the magnetic paint off it, but it's not taken away any or very little of the screwdriver itself. Only time will tell with those screwdrivers to see how well they hold up, but I am going to put them on my workbench and use them when needed. And if I have any issues with them in the future, I will stick a sticky comment down below. So if you're watching this a few months later, have a look in the comments and see if there's anything going on in there. The last thing to do is to test the compressor and the puncture repair kit. 32 psi. Now how do we start it, I wonder? There we go, just push that button. We'll leave it to do its job for a while and see how long it takes to pump up. And there we go, that has now inflated to 32 psi. It is still cold, there's no hot spots on it. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to drill a hole in the tyre with a reasonable sized drill bit to sort of signify the size of a screw or a nail. Let's stick a hole in it. Make sure that hole's nice and big. Stick one of these Temu repair patches in it. I'm not going to use any glue or anything in it, because they are sticky already. Pop it in the hole. It's in the hole, yank it out. In stays the patch. Now let's inflate the tyre, but this time I'm going to disconnect it from the car so it is just inflating on battery only. So I've inflated it to 1.85 bar. I have sprayed some fluid around it. There are no signs of leaking. There's a little bubble there from when I sprayed the fluid on. As you can see, nothing new is coming out of it. Let's leave that alone for a few hours now and see what happens to it. So I've just let a little bit of air out of it so you can see it's operating on battery power. And there we go, inflated to 2.2 bar. So assume that the SOS bit on the front operates the torch. And push and hold the power button to turn off. And you know what? I am really happy with that. What I've paid for that, I'll put on the screen now. I would 100% recommend getting one of these. Say, this is purchased for me to put in my car for emergencies. You can either leave it plugged in, charge it up on your USB socket, charge it up on your cigarette socket. It's a great bit of kit. As you can see, it works. The puncture repair kit is also something I'd recommend you buy. I'll put the links again all in the description below. I've just bought the refills, but I will show you the link to the full kit in the description below. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. But I will have a word with Temu, where I bought them from, and see if I can get you all some discount codes or some money off. So we shall take it from there for you. Have a look in the description and you will hopefully see some discount codes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.